It's really important to be able to break down the movement in the shoulder to identify which bits are moving versus which bits aren't. And this will help you to target specific areas with bodywork and also help you to target specific areas with training. And it'll also help you to identify whether the training you are doing is actually having an effect. We're going to start by looking at the forwards backwards motion of the limb. And when the limb moves forward, this is known as protraction. So when the forelimb protracts, the scapular cartilage will glide backwards and become more sloped in its appearance. So you can see in this image of Kat with her leg being brought forward, her leg being protracted, you can see that the scapula is slightly more sloped in its appearance here. I will play a video for you of me bringing this leg forward, protracting the leg, and I want you to watch how the scapula glides backwards as this happens. This forwards motion in the leg is largely moderated by a myofascial chain called the superficial protraction chain. And I find this to be a really helpful visual for when I'm assessing a horse's movement, because you can visualize how those muscles are influencing the movement and orientation of the bones. So you can visualize how as the thoracic trapezius contracts, this muscle up here, it pulls the scapular cartilage backwards. And then as the brachiocephalic contracts, this muscle here, you can see how it pulls the humerus forwards, supporting the rotation through the scapula. Now, with this in mind, have another look at this video and you can kind of visualize that movement occurring. Now, when the limb moves backwards, this is known as retraction. So when the limb retracts, the scapula will become more upright in its appearance. And you can see in this picture here, Kat's leg is out behind her, and you can see how that scapula is a lot more upright. So again, here I have a video where I'm retracting Kat's leg. Watch how the scapula glides forwards as I bring the leg backwards. This backwards motion is largely moderated by a myofascial chain called the superficial retraction chain. And again, I find this to be a really helpful visual for when I'm assessing movement, because I can also visualize how these muscles are influencing the movement and orientation of the bones during forelimb retraction. So you can visualize how the cervical trapezius, I'll grab the pointer for you here. So this big muscle here will elevate the scapula and bring the scapular cartilage forward, whilst the latissimus dorsi muscle, this big muscle here, will bring the humerus and therefore the bottom of the scapula backwards. And again, I'll play that video again for you.